Ladies, it's Tanner. Welcome back to another video. So this has been a long-awaited video that I have just not filmed yet. So I'm sorry, but here it is. If you guys don't care about plants, it's probably not the video for you. But if you did not know, I am a proud plant parent. Planned Parenthood, we should support that. You should support that. Anyway, I am a proud plant parent. If you did not know, you can see a couple leaves, not much. A lot of you have asked me to film a plant tour video. I've asked on Twitter multiple times if you guys would watch it. Probably 30 of you will watch it, doesn't matter. But I'm gonna do it anyway because I love my plants. I'm looking at one right now that I did not grab, but I will for sure show you. The smaller ones I'm going to hold, and then the other ones I'm just gonna like show you guys close-ups of. I don't know all the technical names for these plants. Sorry, Google it. Don't know what to tell you. Before we get started, I live in an apartment and I live on the 3rd floor, so I'm pretty high up. My apartment has north and south facing windows. It has one west facing window, but I don't have any plants there anymore. So most of my plants are in my north or south facing windows so they can get bright and direct sunlight. I didn't really buy plants according to my apartment. I have lost a few. I bought a few that were really in bad shape and I thought I could bring them back. I couldn't. These are all pretty low maintenance plants. I do have a couple that are like, I need attention all the time, but it doesn't matter. So let's get started with this lovely plant that is sitting to my left, a monstera. So this is a monstera plant, and I am really super proud of it because I didn't have to purchase this. Gabriel, my neighbor, one of my best friends, has a big monstera plant. And I was watching a lot of videos on propagating them, and I went over to Gabe's, I think it was like in February or something. It was pretty cold out. And I was like, hey, can I please cut off some of your monstera and propagate it? And he's like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I did it anyway because his monstera was huge. It's like ginormous. And so he let me do it. And so I stuck this in the ground. And when I stuck this in the ground, I only had this stem and this stem. And probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, this guy popped up. So I was super happy it actually propagated, and this is the first plant I've ever propagated, and it was successful. It took it a long time, I felt, from like March to June, February to June-ish. There's my monstera. This next plant I got from IKEA probably about 3 or 4 years ago. It's just a bamboo. It's bamboo. It lives in this disgusting little capsule of water with some rocks. This is my bamboo plant. So yeah, they're really inexpensive at IKEA. I think you can get one for like $1.99. If you're looking for something that doesn't need a lot of light, I would go with that because it can literally live in water. The next plant that I have is a cactus. This is one of the very first plants I ever bought, and I'm super proud of it. I've had it since like 2014. It did grow a little nub piece, but when I was being stupid and twirling around with a blanket, and it caught the nub and ripped it off. And so I'm super sad about it. This plant has gone through a lot. It literally used to be like a little bulb that just sat there as like a little ball, and it's grown into this, and I'm super happy. It'd probably be bigger. One of my roommates literally knocked it over and repotted it and just basically shoved it in dirt, so love that. I also got this from a nursery at my college. So here is another cactus. It's really cute, love it. I got this from IKEA again. They have super affordable, cheap plants, and they usually live. Got this, I don't know the technical name of it, but it's like a cactus with a bunch of little cacti around it, little balls. It's so cute, love it. Put it in this little terracotta pot. Love it. This next plant is a jade plant. This is also one of the very first plants I got. I got these two at the exact same time at a little nursery that my college was having. It literally used to be so small, and now it's literally ginormous. It won't stop growing. Had 2 leaves that have dropped off of this, and they are starting their own little, you can't really see it, but they're starting their own little jade plants in the soil. It's super cute. It's really firm. I don't know, I just really like it. It's so cute. It's one of the first plants I've ever had, so like I don't want to ever get rid of it. I'm not gonna get rid of it because I'm gonna take care of it forever. I hope it never dies. Next plant. This next plant is also a jade plant. I don't know the different types of species or whatever they are, but this is another jade plant that I inherited this one from one of my old bosses. She was getting rid of a lot of her like plants that sat on her deck. And this is one of the ones that I actually kept. I took a lot of them from her and I gave a lot of them away because I just couldn't take it anymore. This one's really cute. I like how big it is. I like how it takes up a lot of space and it's tall. Okay, this next plant is this plant. It is a green bean plant. It's not actually green beans, but like the leaves on it look like little green beans growing. I also got this from IKEA. It's such a hardy plant. Literally, you don't ever have to water it, but it was probably half this size when I got it, probably like 4 or 5 months ago. And now it's freaking huge and it's taking over and I just love it. I like how I love leaves that aren't like traditional leaves. Like these are like, I don't know, they're like firm. I like that. Firm things, love that. Anyway, green bean plant, Google it, it'll all come up, just look it up. This one's sitting to the right of me, I'll do a little close up. This plant right here is the third plant I've ever owned. It was given to me by a coworker. I was leaving the department that I was in and she gave me this plant. She said it came off of a plant that was 20 or 30 years old. And so I'm like trying to keep it alive. It is finally growing little babies at the bottom, like you guys can see. It's just super, super cute. I love it. I love snake plants. They are so good in low light situations. If you have a room that doesn't get a lot of light, buy a snake plant. They'll do great. They'll like be there forever because they just don't die. This plant right here is another snake plant or mother-in-law's tongue. It just has much wider leaves than the other one. This one did grow a little baby and I was so happy because I had never, like they didn't show new leaves, but they did get bigger. I love it in this little basket that I got from IKEA, super cute. I also got that plant from IKEA. Again, half of these plants are from IKEA. So this plant over here is my bird of paradise. I was super excited to get this plant. It is growing some new leaves. It usually does every year. Some of them won't unravel and it literally drives me up a wall, but what are you gonna do? I also got this plant from IKEA. It's probably doubled the size since I've had it. Again, I think if you have a bright room, this bird of paradise would do super well. I love this plant. I love how big and tall it is. Next we have, this is my pride and joy. This is my second fiddly fig. I also got this from IKEA. It has just now doubled in size. As you can see, it has new leaves on it. Like the third set, because they come in 2 usually. It's doing well. It's not doing as well as Gabe's fiddly fig. I bought him one at the exact same time and his is literally 6 foot tall. I kid you not. It's unreal how big his is, but I love it so much because fiddly figs are so trendy right now and they are one of the hardest plants to like keep alive. Like they need like just the right amount of sunlight, just the right amount of water, and you gotta just be careful with them and eventually you'll figure out their patterns and you'll just keep doing what you're doing and they will thrive. A thing that I do fertilize my plants basically every week during the spring and summer. I just started that this year and I think that's why a lot of my plants are doing so well because I wasn't giving them the food that they needed to grow and get bigger. Yeah, so here is the final plant that I have. This is a donkey's tail. I don't know the correct term for it. I have had a hard time keeping donkey tails alive. This is my second one. My first one died because I kept touching it. These leaves on this donkey's tail is starting to shrivel a little bit. I think it's from, I don't know what it's from. I think I try not to water it very often. I probably water it like once a month. They don't like being touched. They don't like water on their leaves, but like I don't know how else to water it. So it's doing well. It wasn't about to trail over when I first got it. So those are my plants. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I love plants because it's not only like a decor item, but it's living, it's producing clean air for you to breathe. It's hard for me not to buy plants anymore because I still like the process of buying them and potting them and putting them in a cute place and they look cute, blah, 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 blah. But I haven't bought any in a while. If you guys have any questions about my plants or anything else, leave it in the comments down below. If you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I do post a lot of plant pictures on my Instagram, so go over there, check it out. And if you guys scroll far back enough, you can see my very first plants that I had. See how little they are? It's so cute. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm getting hot, and I will see you ladies next time. Bye.